My guest today is an international star who's an Oscar winner, a Grammy winner, and one of the nicest divas in town. She's currently killing it nightly as Shug Avery in the spectacular production of The Color Purple on Broadway. What's up, Jennifer Hudson?
Hey, I love that introduction. Thank you.
Well, you are welcome. I'm so thrilled you are here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've been a fan of yours for, since day one.
Thank you.
Day one. I was one of the first.
Okay. I love my original J Hud fans is what I call them.
I don't even think you were J Hud yet.
You know what? I probably wasn't.
You weren't J Hud.
I was just, little Jennifer Hudson.
You were the girl with the big hair and the big voice.
Huge hair. Huge.
So how's Broadway?
It's amazing. It's something that I've always wanted to do, even back then with the big hair. I think it's just been such an amazing experience. And I remember when we originally started, right before we started, they always say, there's no feeling like being on Broadway. Mm-hmm. They were right.
They were right?
Oh my God, they were right. And it's so hard to explain to people what it's like.
Well, let's try. What is the feeling? Is it because the people are there, and what is the?
I don't even know if I can describe it, but the love.
A lot of love.
Of the community, and to see the appreciation for the art. I love stuff like that, to see people passionate about something. So meaning from the cast to the audience and vice versa. And being in a room filled with that type of energy, oh my God, it's overwhelming.
Right.
It is.
Right. I wore purple. I hope you're not sick of the color purple.
No, it's my favorite color. So, my dressing rooms are purple.
Okay.
Everything is purple. My house is purple, so you're okay.
It's all good.
It's okay.
This show, I love this show the first time it was on Broadway. I just fell in love with this show. It is kind of too beautiful for words, isn't it?
Oh, I like that. It really is. I just feel like it's definitely a meaningful show. I feel like, of course it's an American classic and all of that, but it's something that's just dear to everyone. And when you come and see the show, I think people find themselves in at least one of the characters. And it's not a color thing, it's not a culture thing, it's a human thing. And I feel like that's why it's so timeless and so touching. People are changed when they come in there and see that show. We are changed, even though we perform it every night.
Right. It's a sexy role. Shug Avery is
my first sexy role.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say that. It's nice that you get to
Right.
Was that something you said? Well, finally, I want to do something like this.
Yes and no. Like,
they literally sing about you before you get there. They all talk about. Oh my God! It's like, here she comes, here she comes.
And I'm like, oh, I hope I can live up to expectations of Shug or what they say in the songs about her character. And I try to keep those things in mind each night. Like, what can I pull from that? Because it takes a minute for me to Shug to come out, and so I'm listening. What can Shug add when she comes out? And this is my first glamorous role.
Yeah.
And I always had that in my mind, like, one day I want to play the glamour girl. One day I want to be the sex kitten. But when that day came, when they called me and was like, we want you to be Shug Avery, I was like, me and Shug? Because I didn't see myself in that way.
Right.
So now to have the line, you've never seen a woman naked before. I remember looking at the script like, oh my gosh, she's not really naked. I don't know if I can do this, so that kind of creeped me out, and it took a while to get used to. And it's still, it's still taking some time.
So how's life as a sex kitten?
I like it. I do. I feel like it's always been a part of who I am in a way. But that's the beauty of acting. You can explore things that you probably wouldn't do in your everyday life, and have an excuse to do it, you know?
You're part of an amazing cast. One of the best casts on Broadway.
Yes.
And it's interesting because, a lot of people walk in, they know Jennifer Hudson. They know Danielle Brooks probably from Orange is the New Black. They don't know Cynthia Erivo.
But when they walk in their door, they know Cynthia.
They walk out knowing.
They know, honey.
Everybody's walking around knowing Cynthia Erivo now.
Yes.
But is it fun for you to not be the center stage all the time?
You know what? That's part of the reason why I ran to Broadway. As I tell Cynthia, I came to hide behind somebody like you, because you don't always want that weight on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always been, the heavy roles or the big songs. And it's like, can I explore in a different way? And I also want to be just as respected as an actor as I am a singer, and to show myself in other ways. And I feel like this is allowing me to do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then I'm the type of person, I just love to be around music. I love to be around gifted people. And being a part of this cast, I mean, you just said it, like it is, everybody is so talented.
Yeah.
And it's so inspiring. Like I get inspired from things like that. So, and then I'm enjoying having a break. This is the first break. And what I mean by break, like not having to move from one spot in this period of time ever in 15 years. Normally I'm in a different city every 2 or 3 days. So this is like, you know, like I can do what I love, sit in one spot, see my son every night. He can even come to work with mommy. I don't have to always have the burden on my shoulders. So it's, you know, I'm like, oh, no, you sing on. You sing on. And that's one of my favorite parts about Shug. She's always leaving, honey. She's coming to town to leave. And it's like, yep, I got my suitcase. Jennifer and Shug is happy.
You got me for 5 minutes. I'm out.
I'm out. I'll be back only to leave again.
Exactly. And oh my God, what about love? That song.
That's my favorite song.
It is my favorite song. You don't know how many dark nights I've spent with recordings of that song. That is a beautiful, beautiful song.
It reminds me of like the sweetest, most beautiful summer night. Yeah. Every time if anybody want to know what I'm thinking, in that moment while we're singing that song, I'm like, it feels like the warmest, sweetest, beautiful, most summer night. Like just most beautiful night ever. At a beach, I don't know. I'm everywhere. Just as long as it's at night. You know, in that moment, it's like, oh, the breeze it's pleasant. It feels good. It smells good.
And the relationship between Shug and Celie is just, I mean, it's beautiful. And, you know, it's so unique. I can't even think of that many Broadway musicals that even have such a beautiful love story between two women told so beautifully, you know? It's really
I think it's such a unique relationship. Not only that it's because it's found in women. It's a friendship there. It's a true love there. It's a uplifting like tone to each of them towards each other, you know what I mean? Like just as well as you see Shug save Celie save Shug. You know, Shug is used to having all the attention, but has she ever really been loved? You know, so Celie gives her like, wow, something she's never had. Just the same as Shug giving Celie what she never had. It's different ways to be loved. Not just by being a man and a woman, but just in the way that it is. Like, Celie might just needed some affection, some attention, somebody to let her know someone cares. It just so happened to be a woman. And Shug needs to know it's not all just, you know, sexual, or it's not just all just attention, but someone really cares about the person. You know what I mean? So they introduce each other to a different kind of love that they both need.
We've seen you do a lot of scary things in your career. I mean, starting with American Idol, which is scary. You know,
scary.
The Whitney tribute on the Grammys. You know what I mean? So many moments. Singing for the Obamas. I mean, there's so many moments like that. Does it still? Do you get scared?
Oh my God!
Did Broadway scare you at all?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I remember. Like I believe it or not, I don't like public speaking. I don't like to speak, and some about theater feels a bit like I'm doing a public speech. And it freaks me out. Like, oh my God, these people are waiting for me to say something. Oh my God, it's time for my big speech of the show. Oh, I can't wait till this is over. So that creeps me out. And then the speed of it. Like, at first it felt like a marathon or hopping on oncoming traffic. Like, I remember the first night of previews, and I was like, by mid-show, I was like, I think I'm in shock. Like, what is going on? And it felt like, I would imagine what a runway is like, because it's like you're passing the torch. It's like being on a team. You know, you go bam, 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 and it moves at this crazy pace. You know, and you're just like thrown into it. And then, but then now, like the other day, we just switched to having matinees and double show days on Wednesdays. And we're kind of tired because we're used to sleeping all day and then coming in later and doing the show. But now it's like, no, get up early morning, go do the show, and we're in autopilot. But then when you realize, hold on, how am I doing it? Wait a minute, where am I? Oh, I am on the stage. I am, wait a minute, do I know my line? And by the time it's gone, you're like, oops, did I miss that? You know? So those things still creep me out, because it's live. You know, and that's different from film. Television, or even performing in concert. When it's your show, you it's whatever you say it is. But in this, it's a domino effect. You fall off, then you throw something else up. So you always have to be focused and on your game.
And it takes a while to come down
Yes.
It takes a while to come down from that, right, after the show. I mean, because, and that's why theater people are, they go eat and they're out and then they sleep.
But see, I
are you on that
can't eat, though.
schedule now? Are you a theater person? Are you like
no.
staying up late and sleeping?
That's what I do. And I've always had an issue with sleeping, but I didn't realize this would be even more tough. So like, I don't get to sleep till like 4 a.m. So I shop to calm myself down.
That's what you do? Online
every day,
shopping?
Every day.
What's like the go-to site?
My favorite site is Nasty Gal.
Oh.
This is a Nasty Girl dress. Okay. Actually. Send me some free stuff. Anyway, I know you know my address. No, I'm just joking. But like that's just my go-to thing because it helps calm me. But after coming off of the stage, and our audience, oh my God, they're so animated, so emotional. So you never know what you're gonna get. So, and I'm a type of person I feed off of energy, So I'm revved up. And after the show, it's like, no, time to go to bed. No, I'm ready to just do some more.
It's impossible.
Yeah. So it takes a long time to calm down. I don't normally get to sleep till a good 3, 4.
Well, I'm glad the shopping's there for you. I'm glad there's something for you to do.
That means it's a lot of shopping going on.
So like you said, you're planted here. You're planted in New York.
Yes.
How's New York? Like how's life here?
We love it. We love it. I brought the whole gang. Let's see. I have Big David, Little David, Little David's favorite cousin Trey.
Nice.
They go to school together. I even brought my 3 dogs.
Oh,
they
tell me their
love
names.
It.
I love you.
Oscar, Grammy, and Dream Girl.
Love that.
And I tried to get a dog and name it Tony, but they all made me give it away. And then David bought me a stuffed dog and said, "Okay, here's Tony."
You might need a Shug Avery.
A Shug.
A little Shug. That's a good dog name.
I really want that as my nickname, though. I like it. Shug.
So you're all here.
But we're all here.
And is little David? He goes to the show? He goes backstage, right?
He goes to the show. He knows it by heart.
Okay, he does.
He loves it.
Yeah.
And he's in love with Cynthia.
Okay.
And Trey is in love with Squeak, which is Patrice. And so they like to come and flirt with the girls. They love seeing the show. I love being here in New York to be able to expose them to the arts because now they're like, we want to be on Broadway. And I'm like, children do Broadway too. They do, So
did they get to see any shows?
They have not. Wait, they've seen Wicked.
Okay.
And obviously Lion King. That's like a must.
Classics.
I want to take them to see, was it School of Rock?
Yeah.
School of Rock. I want them to see that.
When you were a kid, you didn't really see that much Broadway, right?
My first Broadway, well,
the first time you were ever in a Broadway theater was to perform in Hair, the Actors Fund benefit,
which was terrifying. Let me tell you why that was terrifying. Because I'm like, I feel like, this is the audience that I've connected to the most, which means they would have high anticipations of me, of like, okay, expectations of what Jennifer is going to do. And I'm like, I don't want to mess this up. When I tell you, forget everything else I've been saying for, that was probably the most I've ever been terrified.
Doing that benefit.
Yes.
Okay, well, I want to tell you, we first spoke. I don't want to take credit. Can I toot my own horn for a minute? Do you mind?
Of course. Have your moment, Paul.
Okay, I'm gonna have my moment. So I was obsessed with you. That's my name. Season 3 of American Idol.
Really?
I was like obsessed.
And that's why I was terrified. Okay.
And because it was me. And I used to write a column on Broadway.com. And I'm gonna read you something I wrote. Okay?
Don't tell me this was you. Go ahead.
Are you ready? I wrote this on. This is March 17th, 2004. So this is like you were still on Idol at this point. I wrote, what's truly stellar about this year's lineup are the divas. Put LaToya London in as Dina, Fantasia Barrino as Laurel, and the underappreciated Jennifer Hudson as Effie, and you've got a killer Dreamgirls trio. And I am telling you, they'd be amazing. I wrote that.
You know what?
And then I talked to you on the phone after that.
I remember that.
I interviewed you.
No, I really
And I was
that.
like, you need to play. I was obsessed.
You know what?
Do you remember
I think
me?
you might have been one of those people, if
I'm one of
not
those
that person, because when I was on American, let me see if I can say this right. When I was on American Idol and right after, in between when I was eliminated, I kind of like disappeared, so everybody said. And somebody wrote an article saying Jennifer Hudson is Effie White. And I was like, who is Effie White?
Yo, I know, you really didn't.
I only knew the song. I didn't know of the story that. I only knew the music because I just love music.
Right.
Sang for Color Purple. I just love music.
Right.
And somebody wrote.
Somebody.
And that might have been
Somebody.
you, Paul. I think
it's
that
me.
was you, babe.
But then the funny thing is, then I interviewed you. Then I heard you were coming to do hair, and we talked on the phone. And you said, and I said, "Come on, Effie White." And you said, "Well, everyone's telling me
and
now."
the
And
hair
then the night
song
of
was
the
one of the songs I
concert.
sang for my audition too.
Okay, so then that night at the hair concert, I met you at John's Pizzeria. Remember they had that little party? Your hair was crazy.
You know you creeping me
I
out.
have video of you that night. You sang a little bit, and I'm telling you for my camera. You were
Do you still have it?
Yeah, and then you met Henry Krieger that night.
Yes.
And then the whole ball,
No, seriously.
Well, I mean, I was just such a huge fan of yours. I saw you were a lit on American Idol. Oh my God! I mean, it was just so obvious.
Wow.
But then, oh my God, hello, I don't know if anyone knows, she was in Dreamgirls. There was a little movie.
Effie White in Dream. Give me 5 for that.
High
Effie
five.
White in Dreamgirls.
You won an Oscar, and you actually won like over 30 awards for that. Where
know-
are all those awards? I was looking online. I was like, oh my God, she won like.
I haven't released the photo of it actually, but in my house, downstairs is where all the accolades. It's kind of like a museum down there. And so what I did was, Jesus told me, you need an award wall. A long time ago when I was in my apartment. But anyway, I moved to my house and I
Did
built.
Jesus tell you before you won the awards or after?
He told me he said you're gonna need more wall space.
You're gonna need more. You're gonna
No,
need
no,
more
I'm
wall
serious.
space.
You're gonna need more wall space. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I listened. Anyway, didn't fully understand it. When I lived in my condo, I just had them up on the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, I moved to a house, like a real house, and I built a secret wall that goes into, catch this, my futuristic office.
Oh my God, I love
So
it.
you think you're just looking at all the awards on the wall.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, and there's the Oscar in the middle, and then here's the Grammy right here to the right or the left of it, and then there's the BAFTA, and da-da-da-da, and people be like, oh my God, can I touch it? And then I hit the button and the door opened, and they be like, what is that? And so it's on the hidden wall, but guess what? I need more wall space because I have far more awards now. And so now the others have to sit on the floor. But Jesus told me, you need more wall space a long time ago. And I was like, okay, so now after this wall is built, and I'm like, I don't have enough room. And I was like, oh my God, he said you're gonna need more wall space, and voila. But I'm gonna send you a picture of it because you really deserve to see it. It's really nice. And then on the other wall sits the symbol for my Hollywood star, because now I have a Hollywood star as well.
Look at
Which
you.
is crazy.
People really like you.
I guess
People
so.
you are so likable.
Thank God.
Do you feel like loved?
Thank you.
Do you feel that love?
I really do. And I feel like, that to me, and I'm not going to cry, but that to me is like the most beautiful thing of it all. It's just the love and the support from people. People don't have to support you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that I've been supported in this way, even all the way back from Idol, like when Elton John held a press conference because I was eliminated, stuff like that. And to see like people like that still support me, and everyday people, it's like I don't take it for granted ever. And I remember everything. And sometimes people are surprised, and I'm like, no, I remember everything. Remember when I charged $25 a song? Stuff like that.
So I have 2 more roles I want you to take a look at. Can we talk about
please.
it? Okay.
Because you know what you're talking about.
Since you're here.
Write an article about it too, okay?
Just write it. If I write it, it'll come
It will
true.
happen.
All right, these are the 2 roles I want you to look at. You got a pen? No, it's all right.
Okay.
I'll remind you later. Okay, I want you to look at Felicia Farrell in Memphis.
In Memphis.
The musical Memphis.
Okay.
It'd be a great movie. Just throwing that out there, okay? Just throwing it out there. It's a good
Y'all
one.
heard that?
Memphis.
Great movie.
Here's the other one.
Paul said it.
Are you okay with, I have to preface
I gotta
this.
be naked?
Are you okay with playing a prostitute
Is there any sex?
if
in
it wins
this?
awards?
I already got an Oscar, so I don't really feel like I should have to take my clothes off.
Okay, well, if you get to
Hold
that
on.
point,
Okay.
I want you to look at.
I'm sure whoever would do this, we could talk about it, but
There's
it is Jennifer.
There's a musical called
And
The Life.
Okay.
Cy Coleman wrote the music. It's amazing music. There's
The
a role
Life?
called
You
Sonia.
gotta write this down for me.
Her
I'm
name's
serious.
Sonia.
Okay.
And Lillias White did it on Broadway, won a Tony Award.
Okay.
It's a great role, and it'd be a great movie. So I'm just throwing them out there.
Okay.
She's a prostitute, but you don't have to
Okay.
you don't have to do nude scenes.
Okay.
She just talks
well, we
about
could be
it.
No, that's fine.
She just talks about it.
That's not too far from Shug.
I just want to throw out those suggestions since I have you here.
Thank you. You gotta write about it.
That's the trick, to write about it?
I'm serious.
What is that rock, by the way? Is that like...
This is my energy stone because, like I
Really?
just told you, I'm very sensitive to energies, right?
So you
say
hold
if you
that?
were crazy, I'm just serious. No, I'm just.
I
not.
feel the energy.
But and it was just like it would make me crazy.
It's pretty.
So this balances out I think my energy, and it keeps it centered. So when I go into unique, awkward situations with multiple, I know I sound crazy right now,
No,
but
it's all right.
anyway, this is just how I think.
all right.
This helps censors my energy, and I feel like I normally have something on my neck, but I feel like everything is about the heart. So this is my energy stone that I carry when
That's
I am
really
in.
nice.
You can touch it because I like your energy, but it would absorb your energy, I think.
Wait, it absorbs energy off other people?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
That sounds crazy.
No, it's all right.
But yeah, I
like
think
this.
that. But anyway, it keeps, to me, my energy balance. So say, for instance, what I like to do if I'm at home and I'm really relaxed or I'm someplace I'm enjoying myself, I like to hold it. So when I'm in awkward situations, if I hold it, it reminds me of that.
You don't have it because you're like nervous about my energy. You need to like to combat it.
Well, I mean,
You heard.
No. Just because, it's like everybody in this industry, they want you to do this, that, flips. And, and sometimes people can have crazy energy. Like I had this tour manager once.
Right.
Love him to death, but he was crazy. And it would be right before you go on the stage. You never want to get the talent revved up, upset, emotional, anything before they go out, right?
Of course.
And his energy would just be like, just really wacky, and it's like, calm down, we only singing a song. But that energy would affect me.
Right.
So anyway, that's where the energy stones come from. That way, it's like I'm like Wonder Woman, do my twirl. Anyway, and this blocks that crazy
That's
energy.
a good role for you, Wonder Woman.
That's what I think.
I'm into that.
I love Wonder Woman. She need a solo.
Maybe a
though.
Wonder Woman musical. People would love that. Do you think can you see yourself doing more Broadway, or is this going to be? Are we going to be pining for you now for the record? Because you really gave us a taste.
No,
I mean, you're so wonderful.
again, I respect pretty much every form of the arts, and Broadway is top at my list, and I wanted to learn first. I'm not the kind of go in and be like, oh, I know everything. Nope.
Right.
I'm here to learn,
Right.
And so I wanted to come in here to Broadway and just learn about the craft, learn about the art, you know what I mean? And I feel like this has given me great experience, and I want to step back, look at it, and then come again one day, And to me, everything is about timing. But I don't think I could have had a better experience. It's been just beautiful. It really has.
What has surprised you? Is anything sort of that, you knew what you were walking into, but anything that sort of you didn't expect, or?
I guess, if anything, how quickly, at least for us, we pulled the show together. And I was nervous, like, wait a minute, just a month?
Right.
Oh my God,
right.
we're not gonna be ready, That creeped me out, but we were ready, things like that, like the preparation time, if anything.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we love having you around.
Thank you.
And look how gorgeous you are. And
Thank you.
I love your energy. It must be that rock. I don't know if it's you or the
You
rock.
can touch it. Hold it.
Can I touch it?
You
oh
sure
my God, I'm
can.
touching Jennifer Hudson's energy rock.
That's
Look
my
at
heart.
this.
You're holding my heart in your hand.
Oh my God, I'm holding your heart. That's good. Okay, I got to get myself one of those.
I'm going to send you one.
Do you buy that online?
No, I actually go to one of my favorite stores downtown in Chicago, and I don't know the name of it because I'm terrible with names.
But you know where it is.
I know where. I know how to get there. I know how to get there. And every once in a while, I stop in there and I shop for hearts. And whichever one draws me to it, though.
Really?
I'm serious.
So you walk in and one has to grab you.
Yes. I was here in New York promoting my second album or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to make the story short. But I had my energy stone. I set it on the side of the nightstand.
Okay.
Went to sleep, woke up. It's time for me to go to my album listening party, and it vanished. Automatically, you think you drop something off the nightstand, it's gonna be on the side of the bed, right? No. We flipped that hotel room inside and out. And of course, on the album release night, that's the main night, I didn't need it. Could not find it. Go to the event. In front of that same place where the event was, I found my heart. The same, not the same one, but one just like it, in the streets, right in front of the place, years later. And I feel like they come back to you too. I'm serious.
That's crazy.
I
love
know
it.
it's crazy.
You're not crazy, but that story's crazy.
It's so crazy. And it was me and my assistant sitting outside. He's like, Jennifer, look. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We were here, and we just happened to be walking up the street. I was in the studio recording. Wanted to go for a walk, walked around the corner, and then there it was. And I could tell it was the same one. It was the same color, and it was beat up from being dripped. I mean, come on, it's New York. Everything, has been ran over by a car.
Skeptics. I mean, come on.
I'm serious. And it resurfaced.
Wow. That's amazing.
You think I'm crazy, don't you?
No, I don't. I love it. Are you kidding me? I love it. I just hope that you come back. I hope you come back to Broadway. I hope you're a friend of the white chair and you come back here someday. And we just love having you on Broadway.
Thank you.
I'm so thrilled that it took a long time to get you to actually come to a show, but I'm glad it happened.
Yes.
And it was so worth it.
Thank you.
Worth the wait. And that album, by the way, everyone has to get that cast album.
No, yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Have you listened to it?
Oh my, have I listened to it? Are you serious?
What about Love? Oh, repeat. Repeat. Repeat.
I like big dogs too. All about the big dogs.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
you for
Everyone
having
needs
me.
to, if you haven't seen The Color Purple at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater, you're seriously missing out. And get that album too. And this lady is spectacular. She's a real Broadway star. On top of everything else, you do need more walls. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.